Welcome back, dear viewers, and to shed more light on Egypt's foreign policy during the past 8 years, we're glad to be joined over the phone by Ambassador Hussein Hareedy, former assistant to the foreign minister. Good afternoon, Ambassador Hareedy.
Good afternoon, madam.
Ambassador Hareedy, since President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi assumed office on June 8, 2014, the Egyptian foreign policy succeeded in achieving a new start on various levels, obtaining a non-permanent seat in the UN Security Council, assuming chairmanship of the UN Security Council Counter-Terrorism Committee, assuming chairmanship of the Arab Summit, combining membership of the African Peace and Security Council and chairmanship of the Committee of African Heads of State and Government on Climate Change and others. How do you assess Egypt's foreign policy, sir, after June 30th revolution during the past 8 years?
Well, the first thought that comes to mind is that Egyptian foreign policy has become very active on many fronts and,
yes,
and throughout the world.
Mm-hmm.
And we have succeeded in energizing once again our classical relations with African countries, with Arab countries, and with world power. Of course, our foreign policy has met with challenges during the last 8 years, but we have been able to overcome them. And as you just said, madam, due to the trust and confidence in Egyptian foreign policy, we were able to become a non-permanent member in the Security Council in the years 2016, 2017, and then we assumed in the year 2019 to 20 the chairmanship of the African Union, and in the meantime, we became member in the Peace and Security Council of the African Union. And of course, during the Egyptian chairmanship of the African Union, President el-Sisi, to say the truth, traveled the world to attend various summits on international partnerships with the African continent. And just to give you one example, he was invited in his capacity as the chairman of the African Union to attend the G7 summit in France in August 2019. Plus, he attended the first Russia-Africa forum in October 2019. So, as I said earlier, madam, Egypt has been very active on the international scene. Mm-hmm. We, on the other hand, our international agenda is almost 100% identical with all the resolutions of the Security Council on many issues that pertain to international peace and security. Mm-hmm. And to give you one example, even the way Egypt dealt with the Renaissance Dam, the Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, in the last 8 years, you may recall, madam, that the president signed the tripartite declaration in Khartoum in March 2015. That goes hand in hand with international law and the law governing international rivers.
Yes.
So to sum it up, it's an very active foreign policy, very energetic. Mm-hmm. It goes hand in hand with the international consensus or with the international agenda. It's development oriented, and it's a classic case,
yes,
of foreign policy that serves the national interest of the country, whether the national interest is security or whether the national interest is sustainable development. So it's, personally speaking, I would say that it has been very successful in defending Egyptian national interest matter. Something else before I conclude my answer. Due to the fact that we have successfully modernized the army, we have modernized the armed forces during the last 4 years. We have carried out an economic reform program. So this has given the Egyptian decision makers room to exercise dissuasion. And that came to the fore during the Libyan crisis in mid-2020. So, to sum it up, as I said, it is very successful, very active, very energetic, very forward-looking foreign policy matter.
Yes, well, I would like to thank you very much, Ambassador Hussein Hareedy, former assistant to the foreign minister. Many thanks for your insights, sir.